why don't you tell me about what happened on that day in January?
So pretty much on that particular day, a friend of mine had got back in town from Memphis, Tennessee, and you know, we went downtown, had a good time, had some drinks, and while having drinks, he asked me to take him to Sparta to get some of his things because that's where he had been staying. Or what have you. So when we were driving down 49, I realized I have had a little bit too much to drink. So instead of risking a DUI or instead of risking getting in any trouble, I pulled over on the side of the road. Well, not the side of the road, but I pulled over, and we sat on top of the car. We talked for his issues and his problems for a second, and then we got back in the car and went to sleep. Tried to get some rest so we can get back on the road and head to Sparta to get his things. And I woke up to police lights. There were lights out. So we got out of the car and, you know, he ran our IDs. Mine was clean, his wasn't. He asked to search the car, and I gave him permission to search the car because I had no idea that, you know, I had anything in the car that would harm me, anything in the car that would harm him, or anything in the car that would cause me any further detriment. So after searching the car, he found a marijuana grinder, which did not belong to me. It belonged to my friend. He found a grinder, and subsequently I was arrested for it.
And now, you know, you're disputing that fact. That's kind of a hard case to dispute, you know,
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
This fact. Have you spoken to a lawyer?
I have been speaking to my attorney, and my attorney has been in conversation with the prosecution team in Jones County, and he has assured me that this will be handled in, you know, to the full extent of the law. This is the first thing, and secondly, he feels that, you know, I'm going to be all right.
Now, in terms of, you know, this impacting you running for office, obviously a lot of people will probably have a lot to say one way or the other. You know, what do you want to say to those people out there who supported you? What do you want to say to the people out there who are going to vote in the polls?
Well, the first thing and foremost I want to say is I do apologize that you had to find out in such a manner. The second thing I want to say is, you know me. It's a reason why you supported me. It's a reason why you're willing to donate to my campaign. It's a reason why you're willing to walk the streets with me and spread the message that we can do better in East Macon. I ask that you remember those reasons. I ask that you remember who I am as a person. This story, it may sound horrible and it may sound unlike me, but I ask that you don't use this to define me, because that's not who I am. Who I am is Danny Glover, a guy who loves this entire city, a guy who wants to see Macon be the best she can be, a guy who knows in his heart that East Macon can and will do better. So I apologize from the deepest, sincere part of my heart. And I look forward to you calling me. I look forward to you talking to me. I look forward to you asking your questions, because at the end of the day, I want you to feel comfortable moving forward. This is not me. This does not define me. And if July 16th come around and you decide that I'm not the candidate that you feel is the best person for to represent you, then so be it. But I'm not running away from this. I'm going to face this like a man, and I'm going to deal with this like a man.
Danny, have you ever smoked marijuana before?
Excuse me?
Have you ever smoked marijuana before? Have you? I mean, have you? It's a question. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but just ask.
But you're going to run it as asked if he smoked marijuana then?
I mean, I'm asking you if there's any reason for officers to have believed that you were high when you were arrested. I saw the police report, and they believe that you were under the influence of something. I don't know whether it was marijuana or drinks, like you said. I'm just asking you the question.
Yeah, so. Well, we were not high. We had been drinking.
What about the baggies found along with the marijuana grinder? Because I saw that in the incident report as well.
Now the baggies, I really can't speak to. When the cop went, and that's all news to me. When the cop, when the cop asked me or said what is this, he had the weed grinder up. So.
Okay, he didn't show, because he wrote in the police report that there were baggies with so you don't know anything about those.
No.
Were they found in your car or in the bag of your friend?
I'm not sure. All this is new to me.
Okay. I mean the grinder too.
Yeah, well, the grinder. I don't know. I haven't read the report. As you pretty much can already tell, I have not read the report, so I can't speak on to where he found it or anything like that. But I gave that man consent to search my car. Had I had anything in that car that I was afraid of, or anything in the car that would cause me harm, I have no reason. I mean, he was going to search it regardless. So I consented to that search. I consented to him searching my car.
Do you think that you should step down from the race at this point?
I don't think that's up for me to decide. I didn't put myself on this platform. I didn't I'm not here because of what I feel like I can do. I'm here because because of the people believe in me. I'm here because the people see me fit enough to carry their baton and help solve their problems and issues. So with me, and with the decision of me dropping out of the race, that's something that doesn't rest with me. I didn't put myself in this race, and I'm not taking myself out of this race. The people believe in Danny Glover, and I believe in the people. So again, if July 16th comes around and the people decide that I'm not the guy, then so be it. Then let the people's will be done. But until then, I'm going to work hard.
Okay,
I'm going to work hard. I'm going to continue my fight. I'm going to continue fighting for the issues that have affected the East Macon families and businesses. And we'll know what all happens July 16th.
Not every, everything that happens within any public figure's life is easily found by, media or things like that. How do you think people found out about this?
I mean, I'm certain I know how people find it. My opponent is the way that this information got out. At the debate on last Thursday, my opponent wrote on a sheet of paper before I was doing my closing statement, "Where were you January 23rd, 2013 at 2:30 a.m.?" So I know this is all a part of her political games, all a part of her political tricks. She's not in the business of doing the people's work. She's in the business of personal destruction. So it's no secret where this came from. The people in Macon know where this come from, and that's pretty much it.
And you still ran knowing that you had this skeleton in your closet and that it would likely pop up. Correct?
Absolutely.
So, why?
Because once again, Ashley, it didn't define me. It did not define me. Had I allowed this to define me, and had I allowed this to predicate my decisions as to why I exist right now, as to why I do what I do, as to why I help the people I help, it doesn't define me.
All right. And I'm going to ask you one last time. So you maintain that you were drinking that night.
Yes.
But you were not high.
No.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you want to add, that you want